New group chat convos episode. We're back with another one. You guys know what it is. We're here with the usual squad. Eli, Tyler.
Yes, sir.
The boys are here. The group chat's here. Let's see what we've been talking about this week.
Yeah, so boom, breaking news. Apparently there was 4 South Carolinians, our neighboring Carolina, 4 South Carolinians that drove down to Mexico. One of those women, she was trying to get liposuction done, and apparently a kidnapping occurred. This happened on Saturday, this past Saturday. Police in Brownsville, Texas, told FBI that there was an occurrence that happened just on the border in Mexico. But yeah, it's some crazy stuff. Williams McGee, Zindell Brown, they were kidnapped in Mexico. Woodard and Brown were found dead, and McGee and Williams are being treated in a U.S. hospital.
So
now
they were found though. So it was 4 people, and they got kidnapped. But all 4, 2 of them are dead.
2 of them are confirmed dead, and then 2 of them are in the hospital. And people are speculating that it was a cartel ambush. I think it was a wrong place, wrong time scenario. But since they were Americans, and I guess they had family back home that were wondering what had happened. There was loss of communication. But yes, the FBI kind of went down hard on it, and Mexico kind of responded accordingly. They helped us to get them back and try to retrieve them.
It's crazy, bro. I mean, you go to one of those countries like that, especially a South American country, or even going down to Mexico, like they know that when you're from a foreign country or not, and so it's easy for them.
And what made it worse was that they rented a car, North Carolina tags, and they drove down there. So imagine, somebody in Mexico seeing a North Carolina tag driving through.
So
they probably were just like, that's automatic.
That's give me your money, give me whatever you have, or I'm going to shoot you. And they probably try to run. We're just scared for their lives and scared for what was going to happen. Anything could have happened.
Yeah.
And this has been happening in Mexico for decades now. The drug cartels have been running rampant there, and instances like this probably happen every day, but they just go unreported. They don't break national news. They don't make headlines because it's such a revolving occurrence, which is unfortunate. But that glanced across my page several days ago whenever it first broke, and I just thought that was crazy. Imagine trying to go down to Mexico for a cheaper price for beauty reasons. People have self-esteem reasons they want to change their body. I get that. I respect that. But imagine not being able to come back. I think she was a mother of several kids. And unfortunately, she passed away.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
R.I.P. to those people.
Yeah, man.
I've seen this video, or excuse me, multiple videos of this. I guess he's a content creator. Not sure if it's strictly YouTube or TikTok or whatever, but he goes to foreign countries. He'll go to like Brazil, Ecuador, Mexico, and he'll go to places and in those countries that are like, I'm not gonna say the hood, but
I've seen that I think he's a Caucasian man.
Yeah,
he'll go in the hoods of South America.
Yeah, and
Asia, Central Asia.
And he'll have people, like he'll have the native people who live there telling him, "Oh, watch out for these people down the street," or you shouldn't be here, and because of how dangerous it is and how easy it is for them to take somebody like that's from a foreign country and rob them, kidnap them, or whatever, and never be found for doing that. You know what I mean? Because when it comes to something like that, it's different.
People don't realize once you leave America, the United States of America, laws are different, man.
That's not, bro. Not to cut you off, but that's the thing, bro. A lot of Americans don't realize, like, not even just what'd you just say? Say it again.
A lot of Americans don't realize that once you leave the United States of America, laws are different.
Yeah, and not even like a long term of laws, just like a way of life.
Yeah,
like the Western hemisphere is a completely different life from the Eastern hemisphere.
Correct.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like it's mind blowing in a sense. Honestly,
Yeah.
Americans are
Warped.
fucking spoiled too.
Yeah.
Fucking spoiled.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, that's
all day.
that's a whole different
But yes,
conversation.
it is.
But
It's
yeah.
a very true occurrence that happens.
Yeah.
Is that like people go on vacation, people go out of their realm and think that it's still in their realm, and it's just not. So, God bless everybody who wants to go out of this country and live life, to their fullest experience, and just be safe.
Go ahead.
And one thing about that though is, a lot of times it's always looked at as only specific countries, like South American countries, Ecuador, Brazil, or even if you stay in North America with Mexico, it's always looked at, honestly, the very Hispanic based, countries or so. Even if you look at like Haiti, Jamaica, and everything like that. But it's not really, it's anywhere you go in the world that if you go into the wrong place, not knowing that it's the wrong place, then something that happened to you. The one thing that I say about America is a foreigner could come over here and go into the wrong place, but worst case scenario is definitely getting robbed, And I mean, I won't say, but at the same time, I can't even say that's worst case scenario because you can go.
Yeah, I don't know about that, bro.
You can go to.
Imagine you get caught on the wrong block in Philly or something.
Well, I would say this: it would be more in the sense of wrong place, wrong time, for both areas. But what you have to understand is you can't go into an environment that you've never been in, and act as if you
with
know
expectations.
Exactly, you can't expect to
absolutely,
not pay a fee if you've never been there. That place may be ran strictly full of cartel people, and you just don't know.
Exactly.
It's honestly like the mob back in the 80s, man, in Mexico, but even stronger because the cartel ships their drugs to America, and they have their stamp in Mexico. Mexico is huge.
Yeah.
There's countries in Mexico.
Back to what you said real quick, though, Eli, I wouldn't even say being on the wrong block in Philly. I'd honestly say imagine going down to like
Philly is a war zone, bro.
But imagine going down to like Alabama or Mississippi, bro, and you're off in the woods with a bunch of rednecks who on some wrong turn Texas massacre type shit.
I mean, shit, there's someplace in North Carolina.
Yeah, you go to the wrong spot in North Carolina, they'll wrap you up, cut you up.
But yeah, the weather gets warmer and, going on vacations, getting outdoors a lot more, maybe going to different foreign countries, foreign cities, just be safe, don't take everything at face value. That would be my, advice on that. But to maybe keep it sort of in that like another native from South Carolina that I like to bring up. And if you haven't tuned in, Sports Pod drops weekly. We talk about the worldwide sports news, and right now we're heavy on the NBA talks and what's going on in the NBA season. But Tyler doesn't really get to participate in those conversations a lot, but this is something we want to hear his opinion on, and I want to hear what you're thinking about Ja Morant, because I feel like that's way bigger than just a sports conversation.
Agreed, yes.
And I just want to hear your thoughts on that and maybe how he's moving or just how you're looking at the whole situation.
So the recent allegations with Ja Morant have caused an uproar amongst fans in the basketball community, fans in, just the culture. I think that Ja Morant, as a young man who is making over, what was his deal? I think it was 200
million. His NBA
Has he signed
contract.
the extended?
I thought he already had it.
Has he? I think he does.
Yeah,
so Ja Morant.
I think it's 200 plus.
So Ja Morant has signed for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Years worth of dedication that he wants to put into the NBA. Because that's the career that he has chosen for himself. There are repercussions to being an NBA player. You're not just a regular citizen anymore. You have a standard to meet. You have certain criteria that you have to respect because you respect the game and you respect the National Basketball Association.
Yeah, and to pause, not to cut you off, but not even as being just a regular player, like he's a face of a franchise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not only face of a franchise, he just had his own signature shoe. When Nike comes out, he has multiple sponsorships. One of his biggest is probably Powerade, where he's almost the face of Powerade now for athletes. So it's like, not only is it solely NBA, it's his entire life. Everything outside of playing basketball that he conducts with as a businessman.
Yes,
he's also affecting that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. And these companies you just named are billion-dollar industries that he's partnering with. So, you know, there are higher ups above him that make more money than him that he has signed under that hold him to a standard. You know, and essentially, like you just said, he is the face for a lot of different things, a lot of different brands. Him brandishing, just like Stephen A. Smith said, you know, him brandishing, it wasn't Stephen A. Smith, it was, what's his name? Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was...
You're funny.
What?
I was about to say it, but I hit my face.
Yeah. Nothing but smoke was going to come out of his mouth.
Yeah. Shannon Sharp was just saying facts. He was saying that, you know, he was brandishing a weapon, trying to be a thug, painting this picture like he was a thug. He's not. Even if he came from that, he is making more money than a lot of people. He is... A lot of young kids look up to him. You know?
Definitely.
And that's a generational shift. You know, kids look up to him that are adolescents, and he's brandishing a gun that they see, and they look up to this guy. Imagine if LeBron James brandished a gun on live. Think about how much that would damage his reputation. Not because he shouldn't be able to brandish a firearm like that, but because he's just not doing it in the right sense.
Exactly.
He could have, if he would have had a video of him at a shooting range letting off a machine gun, who would have given a fuck?
No one cared. Yeah.
Nobody would have given a flying fuck. But the fact that
that's a great point you make,
bro.
That's a great point.
And that's the thing. That's the amendment, right? That you have to understand that, like, you have the right to bear arms, but there are laws among that amendment. So if he is in the middle of a club with a lot of people around him, and he is in close proximity of people, and that gun has no safety, and he illegally discharges that firearm, and it hits somebody in the leg, that could be attempted murder. Simple things like that he doesn't even fucking think about. Even if it was a little baby-ass 22, like a little pellet, if that would have hit somebody in the leg and it would have been anywhere near a major artery, that the lawyers of that person who he shot could have taken it to the fullest extent. Those are the things that he doesn't think about, you know. And as young kids like us, we're still young. We're kids in this world. So even Ja Morant, he's a kid in this world.
He's 23.
Exactly. So, you know, it's bigger than just what he's doing. It's if he understands that he can make a difference for generations to come, like we're trying to do, and he's aspiring to be, you know, around for the long run, he can't be doing things like that because it's just not. It's not worth it. It makes you look like a child. And in this world, you know, children, you know, who are boys have to become men. So if he is wanting to make that transition into a young man and take on these multi-million-dollar responsibilities, he cannot make childish decisions.
Facts.
That's where I'm at with that. Ja Morant is the same age as us, and he is making childish decisions.
Yeah. Let me go first real quick.
Go ahead.
Ty, I don't know. Did you see his statement he put out?
That was a PR statement.
Think so?
100%.
Think so?
100%.
I know so.
Definitely.
Ja Morant wouldn't have. Ja Morant doesn't have. I don't even want to say that, but I don't think Ja Morant can articulate a response so quick to the point where he actually thought through his actions and wanted to word it correctly. That was a PR stunt, and you know the reason why I even say that was because where has Ja been in the last week? Has he just been laying low?
Yeah, he's away. Got told to not come to any team things.
Still, does he not want to make a public apology? Does he not want to see? There's certain things that I feel like he has to do now outside of just making an apology statement
for you to like respect him again.
Exactly, because he dug himself a hole.
Yeah,
he can't just climb out by letting his team that he spends money that he already signed his fucking life away to do things for him. That's what a child does. A man would really explain himself to the point where it was enough, but not over necessary.
Yeah.
But just like that, you know.
Well, why I brought that up in the first place was, well, that's a great point you make. First of all,
I'm just disappointed.
But
man.
Absolutely, as you should.
So much talent,
and it's like in that statement, it said there's one part that really caught my eye. He said, PR, whoever, it said, I need to start finding healthier ways to deal with my anxiety or something along those stress. Yeah, stress. That's what it was. It makes me think it's like, the whole world is on this case right now. At least everyone in the United States, that cares about sports is talking about them or doing something, and it's like, maybe he is just a little young and immature right now, and he has all this money that he's just came across, and now he's the man. Because we brought this up on the Sports Pod. It's like he wasn't the dude that was always supposed to make it to the NBA.
Yes.
He was the underdog. He was the dude that went to the mid-major college that blew up in 1 year. Now he's a lottery pick in the NBA. He's touching millions. He's got chains. He's got, so maybe he is just has unhealthy ways of dealing with stress, which thankfully they're getting addressed before he gets shot and killed or does something harmful to anyone else, But that sentence though, that really just caught my eye, It made me think about it from that perspective.
Yeah.
On the flip side,
not justifying anything he's done.
On the flip side of that, I don't think he was trying to relieve his stress in that manner, because he was in a club. He was around people that he was having fun with. To me, he was just flexing how high on life he was.
Mind you, this was...
And that might be it.
But this was, and again, that is a childish thing to do.
This was also...
Absolutely.
This was also after a loss, by the way, they were in the club.
Yeah.
After they lost the game. I have a few things I want to say about this. I'll kind of just start off with kind of saying, going off of what you guys have been saying. I agree pretty much exactly how you guys feel. I think that at the end of the day, it really matters. It really matters about how you portray yourself, and once you get to the status that he's at, you can't portray yourself regardless of how you truly want to, you can't really do that. And yes, he's young. Yes, he's going to make mistakes, but at the same time, it's like, it's not really worth it. It's not worth it at all to portray this whole gangster act and everything like that. With me saying that, though, I know there's been a lot of stuff going around social media about his childhood and his hometown, where he grew up. And there's kind of two sides. I saw one video of somebody who went into very great depth about where he's from in South Carolina, Sumter, South Carolina, and he looked up the school he went to, which was predominantly black. He looked up his city, Sumter, which was top 10 on most unsafe cities in South Carolina. So the whole, you see it, he grew up in the suburbs, you see the pictures with his parents and everything like that. So he is from the suburbs, but then you go look at his environment, maybe he's not from the suburbs. But at the end of the day, like I said, that doesn't really matter, because that's not who he is anymore.
Yeah.
He's not that person. In some way he is, but at the same time, he's grown and he's grown into this person. He's grown into the Ja Morant that he is now.
That everyone knows. Yes,
that everyone knows. So kind of off what you said, Tyler, about let's say he would have went to a gun range, right? The way I look at it is, let's say he does like guns, he likes having firearms and everything like that. I think that, in my opinion, if I were to see a video of Ja Morant in the gun range, in a shooting range, and he has like pinpoint accuracy on his target, right? I think that's 10 times more gangster. It makes him look much more of a real nigga than just showing off guns and acting like he's a hood nigga.
Because if you know guns, that was like a baby ass 380.
Is that, bro?
Yeah, bro, I saw that.
Which is cool, because 380 could smoke somebody with one bullet. But at the end of the day, like, he's not like, you're not forcing nothing with that. Like, if you had like a fucking Glock or like a Sig or a Beretta and it was a fat ass fucking pistol, maybe I'd be like, okay, this nigga has some flavor, but it's like he just had that just to look cool to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you like really love guns, you just know like that nigga had it just to look cool.
Yeah, and
he probably doesn't even shoot guns, and that's the unfortunate truth about it. Too.
That's the problem, because he's showing off this whole act, right? He made the tweet of, you can get these hollows and everything like that.
Yeah,
right?
have you seen that, Tyler?
No, I haven't.
the tweet he tweeted, anyone can catch hollow tips. This was a while ago too, probably about a year ago or something.
and my
this was to give it more context. Him and an NBA player were just talking trash like about the game, basketball.
To me, it's like,
and he says something like that.
The same thing as like a fucking elementary school kid or a middle schooler saying, "I'm gonna smoke you with these fucking hollow tips," or it's like like your fucking daddy's or grandpa's fucking hollow tips that he has in the cabin that he fucking showed you, a few years ago, and like you love guns now, but you don't have one, or like you do finally have the opportunity to get one and you don't know how to act. It's just like same concept. It's like again, like how you said, like a real gangster, real G's gonna go to the fucking range.
Exactly, because the thing about it is you can show all these guns and everything like that, right? You can have a Glock with a switch, all of that shit, right? But if I see a video of you and you got pinpoint accuracy, you're hitting this target, you want to go for a headshot, hit him straight in the head, chest, shoulder, you know what I mean? If I see that from somebody, I'm like, okay, I'm definitely as far as, if he's getting on some persona, don't try me because I have guns and I'll shoot you, I'll beat you up and stuff, bro, I'm more likely not to try the nigga who's hitting
or believe. Believe.
Exactly. If anything, I'm more likely to believe the nigga and believe I shouldn't try him if he's having this pinpoint accuracy. He has his guns nice, fully loaded, fully stocked. He has all different types of guns. He knows truly about it. I mean, have you ever seen Black Rambo? You know who Black Rambo is?
No.
Black Rambo, bro, like Black Rambo.
I know, bro, guns, bro. I'm in guns. Anything about guns, I know.
Like Black Rambo is a nigga I'm not fucking with, bro, like at all.
Demolition, Matt from Demolition Ranch?
No. I've heard of Demolition
Kentucky
Ranch.
Ballistics?
No. I'm not.
Hickok 45?
No.
I'm
not in it like that. But another example I can give is even if we go and look at rappers, right? You guys know who Tyler, I know you know who 10 cell phones is, right?
Yeah.
You know who 10 cell phones?
10 cell phones. He has accuracy.
He's a rapper out of Charlotte, bro, and like he flexes.
Have you seen his fucking 12 gauge reload?
No.
Bro, he can fucking dump a 12 gauge, reload it, clear it, pump it back up.
Fun fact.
Which is hard because the recoil on a 12 gauge is insane. That's a lot of gunpowder within 5 seconds and then reloading and hitting. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like he's doing. It's not like he's going do with the recoil going up. It's like do, and it's like the same target, or he'll switch from like 3 different steel targets. Reload, do, same spot.
And
has his own fucking concealed carry tactical inside waistband, outside waistband holsters. Line.
And the whole point of that, another person like shout out is Tommy Vercetti. You know who that is?
I don't know Tommy Vercetti.
Yeah, just look him up on Instagram. He's also into like clothing. He makes a lot of clothing too. Yeah. But like 10 cell phones post a video of him, just showing off his accuracy, showing off his reload speed, showing off how he's able to handle a gun. And like, bro, he's not as big as certain artists and everything like that. But it's like that's a lot more appealing. That looks, in my opinion, a lot more. It looks cool. You know what I'm saying? If we want to talk about what looks cool, what makes you look cool, that's the shit that
versus
honestly,
a nigga flexing his pistol like this.
Yeah.
No, I think he was holding it like this.
Yeah. Like little ass gun. Hey, fun fact about 10 cell phones. Shout out Noah Black. Me and Noah Black, we went to there was like a show. This was in Charlotte. It might have been 2018, 2019 maybe. He was at a show and it was like a bunch of small artists all lined up. It was like a big ass event that a bunch of people in Charlotte all got together and put, to try to put on him. 10 cell phones, another rapper, Ron So Cold, kind of people in Charlotte who had some has traction going for them.
Shout out Ron So Cold.
Yeah, shout out that boy. And Noah Black went there and we met both of them niggas, right? We seen Ron So Cold, talk to him, met 10 cell phones, but 10 cell phones was actually in his whip. And we was talking to him, right? Because he was actually parked in front of us. We was talking to him. He was showing us his Glock that he had all the parts pretty much custom made for it. Shit was so clean, you know what I mean? The way he was handling it was like to show us for a random nigga, a rapper that we just listen to, that we know of, the way he's handling it is, you know, I'm like, okay, I can really trust this nigga to show me his gun because I know he knows how to handle it. It wasn't loaded. It was a Glock, bro. And the specifications on it was insane, bro.
Yeah,
like
I can only imagine.
Bro, like the mods he had on it,
Frame
bro.
was probably
looked,
cut.
Bro.
Reflex
cut
clean.
clean. It was
sight.
Bro, it was gold, bro. He had the reflex sight. He had a laser on it. He was telling us what he was gonna do with it. Shit was just dope as fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a race gun. Bro, you know what race guns are?
No.
Yeah, they like fucking modify it, like shotguns, rifles, and pistols out. They cut out like the steel so it's lighter. Different barrel so it's more accurate. Different fucking mag well so you can just reload quicker. Little things like that. Accuracy for competition. But
word,
yeah, lighter trigger pull instead of a 5.5 standard Glock trigger pull. It's 5.5 pounds to pull it. It's that you can change it to like a half a pound or a pound, which is like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like imagine
that's a little flick.
Yeah,
that's
a
imagine.
I wanna ask this. Damn, I turned that up. I want to ask you guys this. Kind of just switching the topic some. Have you guys heard the new Key Glock album?
Yes.
I'm a fan of Glaucoma.
Listen to everything Glock.
I think Glaucoma
we support
was
everything
better.
Glock over here.
I think Glaucoma was better.
First one.
That's his best project though. You can't compare it to
I
that.
can compare it because it's the second installation.
Whoa. Which one? Glaucoma. The
Glaucoma
first
is
one?
his best album.
What's the album?
Glaucoma. Yeah, that is his best project.
What's the album
bro.
cover on it?
It's black.
It's black,
and it has like his fucking diamond grills. And I think he's like this.
Oh yeah. No, that's that. No. That's not. That's
his best album,
bro. The yellow tape is better than that.
You're fucking. No, it's not.
Yes,
you don't
it
listen
is.
to Glock.
Yeah,
yes,
he does it,
yes,
bro.
I do.
Yes, I do, bro.
Bro,
he does it, bro.
Bro, don't say fucking Yellow Tape is his best album.
Bro, you don't listen to Glock.
Bro, Yellow Tape is his most thoroughly out album. That's good.
You're smoking crack.
You're what, Emilio?
And matter of fact, since we're talking about Glock, I'll go ahead and say this about him.
Don't say nothing crazy,
I'll go ahead and say this. I understand his whole gimmick, right? I understand his whole no features and everything like that. But honestly, after listening to that last album, for how good it was and how good of an artist he is, I don't understand why he doesn't work with other artists. I honestly feel like he's holding himself back.
He doesn't need features.
He doesn't.
That's the thing about Key Glock.
I understand that he doesn't need features, but at the same time, the whole point of a feature is to have an artist featured on your song, right, on your album, to potentially just make it better. Not sales wise,
you gotta think about
song
how
wise
Key Glock
also.
is. Key Glock,
that's what I'm saying.
Key Glock is an independent nigga, just like how 21 Savage used to be. 21 Savage never used to do features.
Exactly.
And look where 21 is at now. Look where
the
Glock
only reason why
now.
21 Savage does features now is because he wanted to sign for more money. Key Glock's not necessarily wanting to go that deep into the rap game for money. He makes enough money to be straight. He probably has gotten a lot of money off Dolph's death.
But
on top of that, you got to think about how much money he's made before the point where he is now.
But I'm not the reason why
that was all independent, nigga.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
The reason why I'm saying this, no, I'm not saying it solely for money. I'm just talking about him music wise, as an artist, as a fan who listens to music. I'd like to hear him collabing with other artists because I know how good it could be. You know, like that. So my question to you guys is like, is it unfair of me to want to see him do music with other artists to hear better music?
Yes. I don't think it's better music when he collabs. You got to think about this too. What features is Glock on besides Dolph? Because Dumb and Dumber goes nutty. But besides Dolph, what features and Bon Appetit? What features do you really like from Key Glock?
The one with him and Cardi, the leak.
That's not enough. That's substantial. Right?
The only thing that comes to mind for me is him and Gunna. That shit goes
But you gotta think about that too. Is like, bro, he didn't even need that song.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, and that song was leaked years ago.
Bro, can I say something that I think relates literally to the discussion? If y'all haven't seen $1 million worth of game, the newest episode was with Glock. Did you watch it?
No way.
I sent it to you, bro. Motherfuckers don't be looking at my text.
Bro, when did you send it to me today? Today? You sent it to me today?
I sent it to him yesterday. We can pull it up.
Okay.
Well, it'll pop up on the screen. We can screenshot it. Definitely send it to you. But he talked about, they asked him a question. They said, they brought up that feature shit and stuff. They were like, so you don't really work with people, but if you did have anyone to work with in the industry, who'd you work with? He said, his answer was so crazy because this is what he literally said this. He said, I'd want to work with 50 Cent and Jay-Z, but not even about music shit. I just want to work with them with business. So, bro, that just told me, bro, Glock is so far past the music shit. Like, he's going to keep dropping tapes and stuff. But he's literally just going to do it in a way that's like just about him. Like, what he's doing. He's just going to stay in his lane. He's going to do his thing.
Continue to acquire his master catalog.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's probably the angle he's working at, is getting his master catalog, owning PRE.
I think Glock is very
underrated. And then fucking signing people underneath PRE.
I mean,
just to be that boss nigga like Dolph told him to be.
I understand what y'all are talking about, but I don't understand how it's unfair of me as a fan. I'm not saying that his music is bad at all. I'm not saying that he's not a good artist at all. All I'm saying is being a fan of music, being a fan of people who create good songs, like I would like to see that. And I feel like from Glock's standpoint, for what you guys are saying, at the end of the day, it's about his fans. His fans have put him in a position that he's in. I mean, the fans are the one who brings in the revenue for him. If you have no fans as a musical artist, you don't make any money.
True.
That's a solidified fact. So it's like his fans, I know there's a good amount of his fans who would like to hear him work with other artists. Now, I'm not saying that.
Is it though? Because it got up to #1 on iTunes in the rap and #7 altogether on Spotify and Apple Music.
Because it was a good ass album.
Exactly.
No
I think,
features.
and bro, I think you're looking at it, bro. You're looking at it in fact of you need to hear this, but I look at it in a way, bro. Every time Glock is dropping a tape, I know it's just straight Glock for 60 minutes straight.
I'm not saying that he needs to. What I'm saying is it's something that I would like to hear. I'm not saying that he needs to. He reached #1 without having to have any features. He's done it. He's done it before. He's done it now. I'm not saying he can do it again. I'm not saying he needs a feature. I'm saying I would like to hear it because it's something that we've never gotten from him. So it's like, as a fan, that's the only thing that I'd request to hear from, because at the end of the day,
I see what you mean.
At the end of the day, regardless of what you guys say, if he continues to make music how he does with no features, regardless, you guys are going to be like, you guys are going to get on the same page that I'm on regardless. It's not about him being his own boss. It's not about him being real.
For me, it is, bro.
But listen, it's not about him being his own boss. It's not about him being to the point where he doesn't want to fuck with any of the fake industry niggas. At the end of the day, it comes down to the music that you're hearing. It
keeps getting better.
Bro, it doesn't. I
see what you mean, but let me ask you this. I prefer Dolph solo all the way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm not eager for a Glock feature like you are, I guess.
Exactly. Like,
that doesn't pique my interest.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's your guys' opinion, I'll let you guys have that. But
let me ask you this question: are you feeling for a Yeet feature?
I mean,
that didn't have no features.
Yeah, it didn't, did it?
It had YoungBoy on it.
That doesn't count to me, bro. Come on.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Though?
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, his last album, Yeat's last album, was full of features.
True.
And in my opinion, it was refreshing.
Was that tape under the label?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah. I don't know.
That's another thing too, bro.
Exactly.
You know,
well, that's the thing.
I mean, this last album was under the label and he didn't have
no features.
Okay, but the album before was under the label and had features. That doesn't really mean anything. But like I'm saying, for what you guys are asking, it was refreshing to hear those features on Yeat's album, because it was to a point where niggas like, the only person he's having featured is his homeboy September's Rich, and he dropped music that was refreshing to have features on it, and then he went and dropped another album with no features. So
I'm just gonna work that angle with Dolph. Like, yeah, it's cool if he had a feature, but I'm not.
And the last thing I'll say before we end this pod is like,
well, I have a question for you before we wrap it up.
So Eli, with what you said, you said like it does matter about like him being his own boss, right?
For me, like, I love that shit. I love seeing that.
Yeah, but does that affect so that also affects when you listen to his music?
No, but no, it just gives it like more authenticity.
So let me ask you this.
In a sense.
Let me ask you this.
If that's a correct
What's
term.
the last good Jay-Z verse or song? Because we all love Jay-Z. Jay-Z's one of the most, he's the biggest hustler, the biggest boss, you know, self-made nigga. What's the last good verse you heard from that nigga?
Bro,
What about 444?
No, hold on.
The album was slept on.
No, that album was good. I'm talking.
No, what he's about to say is Jay-Z's last good verse was on God Did when he bodied it like 6 months ago.
That shit wasn't even that good.
Then what are you trying to say?
Are
you just asking me?
That's what I'm asking you. Like,
so
Jay-Z,
what was the question?
Jay-Z, he hasn't had any. He hasn't really made any good.
444 would be the last one.
Yeah, and that came out what, 2015?
15.
But still, like, where is he at in terms of career-wise?
Yeah, that's almost in the game like 26 years or some shit.
Yeah.
Bro, what are we talking about?
So I see what you mean, but it's still like, imagine if Hove did what Glock's trying to do now, sooner.
I'm not.
Because Hove never had features like that either. He didn't give a fuck.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hove collabed with a lot of people. He had a whole collab album,
but he didn't need it. I'm saying he didn't need that feature enough to the point where that's what niggas were looking for. He did it because that's what made the city pop.
Nah, but I say, nah, you got it. Cause bro, the Blueprint 3 has Drake, Cole, like, bro, that
True.
Alicia Keys.
True.
And one more thing, since we're on the topic of Jay-Z, I would just like to point this out. There's never been a point in his career where he was the best rap artist out.
We're gonna end the pod there tonight.
I was gonna say something, but
year?
wrap it up.
Chat combos, you know what it is. It's your boy Ty Sly. It's been a classic time with the boys. Yeah, till next time.
And
we're out.